What's in here? Whoa. Cool. What is this? Oh my god. I finally got my acceptance letter to Hogwarts School of Wizardry. Wait, what? Hello? Mark Rosewater? Don't compare Strixhaven to Hogwarts. They're not similar in any way. Ooh. You won't send me any things anymore? Oh, ooh. Okay, yeah, we'll nix that part. That sounds good. Yeah, thanks. Oops. What is up, my friends? Welcome. All jokes aside, I do want to thank Wizards of the Coast big time for the wonderful Strixhaven care package we got. I want to remind everyone that March 25th, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern Standard Time will be the Strixhaven preview stream. This has been really, really cool. Great production value lately on these preview streams on Magic's main Twitch channel, twitch.tv/magic. Again, this noon Eastern Standard Time on the 25th. It's a few days from now. Looking forward to that. It's going to be really, really fun. Strixhaven's coming. Strixhaven, of course, is Magic's, I can't say the HP words, but Magic's take on a school of magic, basically. You know, it's kind of an interesting trope in fantasy in general, where wizards got to learn stuff somewhere, right? And they learn magic in a school. So we get to see this kind of cool school setting. There are 5 different houses, which are all based on enemy colors. This is the Is It house. I don't recall the names yet. I'm sure I'll learn them. We got some new cards, too. 2 new Planeswalkers are previewed today, as well as the 5 commands that were previewed a week or 2 ago. And we're looking at all those right now. Stop talking, talkie boy. Put up stuff on the screen. We got... we got a Simic card. I'm getting some PTSD here of it cost a blue, a green, and 1, and I don't know, I'm starting to get worried. But Kasmina, Enigmatic Sage, and of course we saw Kasmina for the first time in War of Spark as an uncommon. Now we see a mythic Planeswalker. Static ability, each other Planeswalker you control has the loyalty abilities of Kasmina Enigmatic Sage. And so kind of a cool here, a reverse Nicol Bolas Dragon God, where Kasmina gives her abilities to all the other Planeswalkers. And this is important, of course. We'll get to that in a little bit. Abilities are +2, Scry 1. So kind of a basic +2. Nothing too crazy there. 2 loyalties a lot, though. The -X is create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put X +1/+1 counters on it. So basically it makes -X to make it XX. Kind of cool. Obviously, not the best with the starting loyalty we have here, but again, another powerful ability to give to other Planeswalkers, which is kind of cool. And the ultimate ability is -8. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card that shares a color with this Planeswalker. Exile that card, then shuffle. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So you have to go fish out a blue or green or any combination of those colors Planeswalker for free. Which is not the most insane ultimate, but on a 3-mana Planeswalker, the ultimate has to be kind of tame because it can ultimate so quickly, especially with the +2. Starting loyalty is 2. A little lower than we're used to seeing lately with all the push Planeswalkers. You know, Oko's starting loyalty is basically 15, it felt like. So, much more reasonable design and much better design. I think the Planeswalker designs of the last year have been really, really good. After War of a Spark really turned the knob to 11, seeing the designs lately, a little more niche. Not cards you're just going to slam into as a deck as a 4 of. More support cards, which is pretty awesome. And this is a card that needs to play with other cards. It's kind of a cool card in a Planeswalker deck. Not great by itself, but if you can, give your Narset, Parter of Veils, a plus ability, that's really, really cool. Things like that. So, very, very cool card. Definitely not a world-breaking card, but very exciting. And I'm very excited for this new sort of take on Planeswalker design. So we'll see how Kasmina Enigmatic Sage looks in the upcoming format. Another Planeswalker we got here that's new is Professor Onyx. That's actually Liliana in that extremely kind of proper getup she's got going on here. Liliana, Professor Onyx. So Liliana is teaching at Strixhaven. 6 mana for a black Planeswalker. Has the Magecraft static ability. Magecraft says, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So sort of like a prowess effect. For instance, sorceries, a little life drain here and there, kind of cool. Black not known super hard for instance in sorceries, but kind of a cool ability. The +1 ability is you lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 in your hand and the rest into your graveyards. This is strategic planning in blue and Ransack the Lab in black. Very powerful effect, actually. Obviously, putting cards in your graveyard is great And then drawing a good card is great. This is basically draw a good card, not just draw a card, because you have selection as well. Powerful ability on Planeswalker is a plus, although 6 mana is a lot. -3 is each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls. So kind of like your usual +1 draw card, -3 kill something. And then -8, each opponent may discard a card. If they don't, they lose 3 life. Repeat this process 6 more times. So probably going to win the game a lot of the time. You know, say they have 2 cards in hand. They discard both those cards and take 12. So pretty powerful ultimate here. That can come rather quickly. 5 starting loyalty, and of course goes up by 1. I feel like if this card was printed 2 years ago, it would have cost 5 for sure. So it really feels like Wizards of the Coast is turning back the dial a bit, as I said, on Planeswalker power level, which I think is a great thing. Planeswalkers should be really cool support cards. I don't like it when Planeswalkers are the main focus of a deck because they're pretty hard to interact with. So kind of a cool card here. Looks like a pretty cool card advantage engine for control decks, and of course, kind of like an incidental finisher because the Magecraft ability will go off, drain some life here and there. This can kill things and draw cards. It is a little expensive. 6 mana is a lot. You know, we're used to Planeswalkers like this costing 5 mana. So we'll see how much play Liliana sees here, but very, very cool card. Cool seeing more static abilities on Planeswalkers that are positives, not negatives. The negative ones are pretty loose. We have 5 more previews here. These are a little older, but these are the command cycle. So we've got the completion of the Tarkir command cycle, Kolaghan's command and friends, with the enemy colored commands. First up is Lorehold command, 5 mana Boros instant. And of course, the commands allow you to pick from 2 of 4 abilities. And you have to mix and match. You have to choose 2 of, create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token, so make a creature. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible and haste on a turn. Lorehold command deals 3 damage to any target. Target player gains 3 life.
Oh, it's lightning helix!
And
Oh my god!
sacrifice a permanent, then draw 2 cards. So very expensive command here. 5 mana is a lot of mana. And we are getting some good things here. We have a creature and a lightning helix is pretty good. We can pump the team and a lightning helix. It's kind of cool as well. Sack a permanent, draw 2 is a little weird on such an expensive effect, but you can sack a land, honestly. So if we're an aggro deck and we can like kill something, sack a land, draw 2, that's kind of cool. This one feels like it's probably a little too costly for constructed play. 5 mana is a lot. 5 mana is a lot for this sort of effect. These sort of charm command effects are, you spend a lot more mana for your flexibility. Obviously, Helix usually costs 2. You know, sack a permanent, draw 2 would usually cost about 2 mana, probably. Making a 3/2 costs about 2 mana. So we're only getting about maybe 3 or 4 mana worth of abilities here, but it is 2 at once. So definitely a cool card. May see a little play constructed, but 5 mana is definitely a lot. Our next command is Prismari command. Is it 3 mana instant? This is one of the more exciting ones. Very similar to Kolaghan's command. Choose 2. 2 to any target, just like Kolaghan's command. Target player draws 2, then discards 2. So a Faithless Looting / Careful Study effect. Target player creates a treasure token, which is, it can make a mana. It's not the most exciting thing to have on there. And destroy target artifact, which is also pretty good. Very, very similar to Kolaghan's command. Honestly, this is 2 of the 4 modes on Kolaghan's command. Very good card in Modern and other formats. It has been pretty much a staple in most formats it's been legal in. No discard here, no recursion. Draw 2, discard 2 can definitely have a lot of value in graveyard decks. Treasure, not a ton of value, but definitely just a shatter and 2 damage is quite good. The playability of this card will probably waver on how playable artifacts are. This is also going to be a really cool card to Stork, where Kolaghan's command does not exist. So kind of a cool command here, pretty exciting. Also, blue-red obviously love their instants, so pretty exciting on the Prismari command. Next up is Quandrick's command. Quandrick is the Simic house, and 3 mana Simic. I know, we're seeing that kind of cost again. You get the little willies. And choose 2. Turn target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand, so an unsummon effect. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell, so a null. Kind of a cool one, honestly. There are a lot of good artifacts and enchantments in standard, maybe at least enchantments with all the sagas. So a pretty powerful effect there. Put 2/+1 counters on target creature, or target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library. So the shuffle effect, not too exciting. The bounce effect is pretty cool on a command because by itself, the bounce effect isn't really worth a card. But when you put it with something else, say we counter an Elspeth Conqueror's Death and bounce a planeswalker or creature, that's pretty good. As is countering an important artifact or enchantment and putting counters on a creature, or pumping your creature and bouncing a different creature. These effects feel a little more suited for limited, so I don't think this command will make a big splash in constructed, but definitely a cool card. A lot of options here, a lot of different effects. Very flexible, very, very flexible for sure. Next up is Silver Quill command. Orzhov 4 mana sorcery. Choose 2. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains flying till end of turn. So not an effect you usually see played by itself, but can be a good finisher for an aggro deck. We have return target creature card with mana cost 2 or less. Sorry, with mana value, new terminology, from your graveyard to the battlefield. Targeted player draws a card and loses 1 life. Target opponent sacks a creature. So those last two are pretty good, right? So this can be a cantrip, which is awesome. Sacking a creature is a very real effect too. The jump effect we've seen before on cards like Elspeth Knight Errant, which can be pretty good, or reanimation. So this is a lot of cool things happening. 4 mana is kind of a lot though. Again, you're paying for the luxury of kind of the all-in-one printer, where it can kind of do everything, but not super efficiently. This could be a cool card. This could be a cool card for sure. I mean, pumping a creature and killing a creature is awesome. Reanimate a creature and have your opponent kill a creature is pretty awesome. This will depend a lot on the viability of 2-drops and, of course, the viability of how good Sacrifice is. Are there a lot of tokens in the format? Are there a lot of big creatures in the format? We'll see. Kind of a cool one. We saved the best for last year. Best for last year, Witherboon Command.
Bingo! Alright.
This is a nice one. Green and black sorcery, so the cheapest one of the bunch, the only 2-mana command. Target player mills 3 cards, then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. So right off the bat, we've seen this before with cards like Mulch. Mulch is a pretty playable card. 2 mana, it mills 4, and you get a land back. And for self-mill strategies, want to put cards in the graveyard, things like Satyr Wayfinder, a very, very cool effect for sure. That's awesome. Next one is destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. So definitely a powerful effect. This can kill, in older formats, it can kill Counterbalance, or it can kill a lot of different artifacts, enchantments. Can kill Wrenn and Sticks, which is really, really cool. So this is the kind of ability that's really suited for older formats. Typically things that scale on mana cost are much better the older the format is, because the more efficient the decks are. Very powerful effect though. And it's a little narrow, but there are other options too. Target creature gets +3/-1, so you get a little bit of a kill spell here. And then just target opponent loses 2 and you gain 2. And having this sort of universal mode on your charm is really, really cool. Because if you just want to kill a Wrenn and Sticks and don't have anything else to do with it, you can just nug your opponent, which is awesome. So, a little mini Lightning Helix on there as well. This is probably the best command. Honestly, like I said, probably better suited to older formats. Kill a Dark Confidant and kill a Wrenn and Sticks. The max value you can get here. But also pretty cool for self-mill stuff as well. So definitely a cool command and exciting card. And that's what we see from Strixhaven so far. Pretty cool. Definitely, it's an enemy-colored set. A lot of interesting things happening here. Kind of interesting because we just saw Ikoria with the enemy-colored shards. So a lot of enemy-colored stuff happening. But new Planeswalkers, a new plane, new themes. Should be really exciting. You can check out the official preview broadcast on Magic's Twitch channel on the 25th, noon Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you folks on stream. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos, Bronze to Mythic and Limited, Mod Monday, and all sorts of other stuff. I'm Jim Davis. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.